Good evening and welcome to On Stage. I'm your host, Jean Davis, and we're here from the Palace Theater in downtown Olean, where we'll be bringing you a weekly program and we'll be spotlighting local groups from the community as well as other entertainers in the entertainment field. And this evening we have Ron Kushner, Kerry Kent, Scott Seaton, and Terry Bellamy, better known as West. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's start off right now by saying that probably every viewer out there has seen your ads in the paper advertised, and you've been playing in the area for how long, Ron?
We've had the band together for about 8 years. Had some player changes, but this is the group right here we feel is a nice, strong group, and we're really hoping things go all the way for us.
There's prospects of, you recorded 45 before.
Yeah, this is our second 45. You can't expect miracles out of them, but they've been doing real well. They reached the top 20 here in Olean, and getting a lot of airplay all around the area and all. So we're really quite happy, and we're working on an album that should come out, takes a little longer than you always expect, but probably right around Christmas or after.
Well, I'm sure that everyone will be looking forward to that.
I hope so.
Absolutely. I want to get some comments on you about your stage performances, because I know that's pretty powerful. What seems to be the biggest crowd pleaser when you're out?
Well, it depends on where you are. You always have to feel the crowd out, and always have to depend on what age group is out there and everything. But basically, fun songs, and if the band is having fun and it's real, we're all having fun, then the crowd will have fun, and it's contagious. That's the way it goes.
Oh, yes. Do you often change the songs, your lineup?
Well, we try to insert new ones off the radio and things to keep current. But you don't want to do all of that either, because there's some nice old songs that people really like to hear that you can't replace those either. So we try to do a little of everything for everybody.
There's a few of the local people that really like to hear some of those old tunes too.
Oh, that's
I know
for sure.
I do. Very much. Also, did any of you grow up in a musical family?
I myself, not really. How about you, Terry?
Not,
I just worked at a music store all my life. It helps a lot, yeah.
not particularly, no.
No. We just drove our parents wild with our instruments when we got them. And
But you're not off here from Olean.
No, I'm from Orchard Park, New York, and
I'm a local boy.
he's from Olean.
And welcome.
Scott.
I'm from Cuba, New York.
I'm almost local. I'm Allegheny. From Allegheny.
Of course, for sure.
To it.
Okay. Now, have you been booked just in the local area, or you've
No.
been further away from town?
Well, we'll go, basically the rule of thumb is we'll go as far as it pays. You know, if somebody says, I'll give you $1 million to be in California tomorrow, watch us go, you know.
Honolulu fans.
But we play through the northern Pennsylvania area and southern tier, and basically around there from Erie through Binghamton and Buffalo through down through the northern Pennsylvania area.
Tell us more about the road show, because I know that that's primarily where the people are going to see you, the local establishments.
Well, our theory is we don't really do what some people think of as a show where you sit and plan every move and have things. Our show is just being there, playing good music, having fun, and making everybody in the audience have fun. And this is what I think the people like more than anything, rather than to sit there and watch some pre-medicated show like that. You know?
Play to the crowd.
Yeah.
What the crowd's into, you really have to be watching the crowd and know how to react to them.
Whatever's spontaneous, sometimes spontaneity is a lot better than having, okay, now we're going to play this song, and then we're going to play the next song, and then we're going to play the next song, rather than, it's better to try to feel the crowd out, I think, a
Yeah,
little
for
bit.
sure.
I just react all the time.
Good. Good. You need that many people in the band to do that anyway. And you get your share of requests, I'm sure,
Oh, yeah.
by the end of the night.
People don't understand. You can't know every song in the world. There's quite a few out there these days, and we do usually something to please everybody, a little of everything, you know. That's the main thing to do, that they just appreciate it. If you hit their category just once, they just like, thank you, you know.
Good pre-planning,
Yeah, for sure.
because you do not only the local clubs here in the area, but you also do high schools
Oh, yeah.
and special functions. You just got through doing the Oktoberfest down at Walsh, as I understand.
Oh, that was a great time. Once again, you had people in the audience that were, you take a guess, but somewhere between 90 and 100, and there was some people in the audience that were 21 and
Younger.
and and they all wanted to hear something different. But if you break it up enough and you do them well enough, then that's good enough for them, I think, because they sure show us that that's what they want to hear. So that's what we do.
Do you have a rigid schedule where you practice to get together?
Well, we work so much, it's tough. We play a lot. We play 5-6 times a week. But we do try to get together and learn a new song or so every week or two. Usually tries to come out to one song a week. And just keep on doing that. At the end of the year, you got 52 new songs, and that's an awful lot of new songs. But it's busy, for sure.
Okay. What do you do to warm up before you do go on stage?
Well, we just, pretty basically, one of the things our band does is we don't use roadies. And we carry the equipment in ourselves and set it up. And it just isn't all that hard, and it actually loosens you up. And we have a lot of jobs where we won't have to set up the equipment. And when we do, it's always tougher to get ready for that. So people laugh, but we say, geez, it makes you feel better, actually, to do a little exercise and get warmed up that way. And
A lot of artists are doing that nowadays. They're
sure.
turning to the exercise.
Oh,
It's
sure.
more cost effective, too.
Sure.
Sure.
Nobody's
Save a
cost
buck,
money.
why not?
Save your equipment too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll break for this commercial message, and then I'll ask Ron a little bit about the album that he's producing. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I want to hear more about this album.
Well,
Good.
we're working on it. Like I say, boy, it's a lot of work. It's getting an album out. There's a lot of work. We've had a lot of thoughts about what to put on the album. You have lots of songs, lots of things that you think are good, but then you got to look at what might sell the best and what the people. So I think they're going to go with more of a party atmosphere album this time, and so we can play those songs out in the clubs and people can get up and dance and have a good time, because that's really where it's all at, to have fun. And we've been working on it. It's like I say, a lot of work, but hopefully we'll get it done after Christmas or right around there.
Is this going to be all original tunes
Yeah.
done by members of the band?
Yeah. All originals. Yep. To make this album of other people's material really won't accomplish too much. You show that to somebody and they go, gee, those were good songs when they were hit the first time too. So that's why the originals, we've been very happy with them, getting great crowd response. So just keep your fingers crossed and stick to it. That's all you can do. Yeah.
I see that the guys are ready. From their 45, Nothing for Free.
It was a misconception I was
going to be sent to a company?
Well, right-
That's the end result that would
Oh, yeah.
you'd like to have?
Right now, we've sent the 45 out, just haven't got anything back yet, we just send them out now. And the album also was, what you'll do is push it to everybody you can possibly push it to, and you gotta try every alley, you know, and see what you can, so you never know where it's gonna be, and it might pop up, but you swing it, just keep at it, and that's when things will happen.
Do you ever get back to Buffalo at all, seeing that you're from that area?
I go up there a lot, but as far as playing, Buffalo has got a ton of bands in Buffalo that are cutting each other's throats sort of price-wise and everything else. And if you'll notice, there's a lot of the real good, and actually the best Buffalo bands play a lot down here, because there's probably more work down here for them than there is up there, because there's so many bands playing for peanuts up there and things. And I don't know, I sort of stay away from that market up there.
Terry, you were on the road with a band for a while, Chino?
Chimo Road Band, yes.
Oh, okay. How long were you out on the road with them?
I was with them probably about a year and a half. I was with the
You were
band.
gone that long from the area?
Yes, yeah.
That might be a little grueling at
Yeah,
times.
well, it was a lot of fun to begin with. It really is. I recommend that any musician who has the urge to try it should definitely try it, because there's definitely a lot of things to see and do, but after a while it gets old.
How far away did you travel?
Oh gosh, we went all the way to the top of Maine, up in Millinocket, which is way up in the woods, all the way down to the tip of Florida, and we got as far west as Illinois. So we traveled all.
That's quite the miles to log
Yeah.
for being a musician. Now, did you have to play like 5 nights out of the week? And
Yeah, just pretty much the same as it is around here, 5 to 6 nights a week.
I'm glad to see you back.
Well, thank you. I'm
Very
glad to be
much.
back, definitely. Having a lot of fun in the band. This is probably the most fun band I've ever played in, this group of musicians right here. And also extremely good musicians, and we all get along really well. We have a lot of hopes for it.
No one has to get self-critical. You've
No.
worked along that much and known one
No,
another that well.
everybody's really mature. And, yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes.
That's it.
Not everybody.
Besides doing the music with the band, there's other ventures that you've started?
Yeah, we started doing commercials for some of the local businesses and things around, and that's a lot of fun, and it gets us in the studio a little bit, doing things, keeps you creating, and you learn a lot too. And that's another thing we're pursuing. Right now, we're not diving right into it because we're so busy, but in the future we might get more into that a little bit. And you've probably heard some of our commercials around. I won't go into the names of them right now, but they've been played more than the #1 songs on the radios around here. You're almost sick of hearing them, I think, for a while. So
That's great.
yeah.
Something I'd like to mention, not only maybe as a plug, but I also started a business of my own. I give guitar lessons at the music store. I'm up to about 20 students now, and
All day.
all day. Yeah. And the reason I want to plug it is because I want to plug live music and live musicians playing in the area.
And that's why the show
where
is
that's where it all
going
starts.
to be on the air. We're not only going to get you people involved in it, but there's many other artists in the area that I've spoken to that are looking forward to being on stage here at the Palace Theater. And
Well, that's great. And
we're going to do it all winter long.
good.
But you give guitar lessons.
Yes. And
To see you work on stage, you really work well. Is it younger kids that come to you?
I get a little bit of everybody. I have a couple kids. One's 5, the other one's 8, and I also have a gentleman. Well, I shouldn't give out his age because I don't know, but you know.
And now West will perform a tune from their upcoming album, All the Things I Said.
You never know what you're saying crazy when I think of all the things I said. I always keep pretending the best is yet to come, but your laughter seems to dwindle, and you never save me some. Over time flashes by us. Could our romance be dead? 'Cause your smile drives me crazy when I think of all the things I said. We never look good together. Our styles always seem to clash. You'll be all decked out in diamonds, and I appear to be out of cash. Oh, but can you see into the future and tell me what lies ahead? 'Cause your smile drives me crazy when I think of all the things I said. Of all the things I said.
I'd like to thank all of you to come on the show for my first premiere show. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
And I want to mention that you'll be playing tonight at the Gateway Lanes in Smithport.
Yep,
It is.
Happens that.
yep,
And also you'll be playing next Wednesday at the Gateway Lanes,
yeah.
and Thursday at Friendly's Inn,
Friendly, yeah,
Friendly Inn, and that's located
and roulette.
in Rolette.
And next Friday we'll be at the Woodshed up in Great Valley.
Many thanks.
Thank
Many
you.
thanks, and
Okay,
good
thank you.
success.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much. To tell you who's going to be playing locally. Tonight at the Coral Lanes, guest disc jockey will be Leslie Vincent from WMNS. And tomorrow night, Only Human will perform. At my Partners Inn in Hinsdale, Saturday night, The Country Showman. And at the Maple Tree Inn in Portville, Rock with the Sounds of White Raven tonight. And tomorrow night, 3D and Company will be on stage. And Sunday night, the girls will be spinning the discs, and they are called the Music Express. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next Friday night, right here on Stage, and I'm Jean Davis.
Now isn't free, they tell me.